Being a foster parent makes a difference in the world and in the lives of children. But ChildServ is about so much more than matching foster parents with kids. It invests in the lives of children, teens, and young adults through an array of programs and services. To learn more, let's welcome Dan Kotowski, a former state senator who is president and CEO of ChildServ. And we also welcome Plachette Ham Murphy, director of specialized services at ChildServ. She is also the youth minister at Progressive Community Church. Thank you to both of you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
How did ChildServ get started?
Well, ChildServ was started about 1894. It was founded by a woman named Lucy Ryder-Meyer, who was a Methodist deaconess. And she was committed to alleviating suffering, to making sure she eradicated justice and all that robs life of dignity and worth, but also building a community through a church universal to make sure children were able to realize their potential. So our value as an organization that's been around for about 124 years is to make sure that all children deserve the same opportunity to achieve their full potential. And our mission is to protect, heal, and educate and inspire children and families who are at risk so they can build better lives.
Excellent. Important work. How has ChildServ changed in that 124 years? Does it look different now?
Absolutely. We started as an orphanage, but now we're a multifaceted human services organization, and we provide early childhood education, foster care and adoption, and housing for homeless young adults and teenagers.
Okay, so it's a whole breadth of services. That's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of becoming a foster family?
Absolutely. So here at ChildServ, what we often do is we have monthly meetings where we invite those people who are interested in becoming foster parents to come out and learn about what it means to be a foster parent at ChildServ. And at that meeting, we provide information about what we need for foster parents to become foster parents. We talk about the kids that are in need of foster homes currently, and we talk about some of the services and partnerships that we have with various community organizations in order to help foster parents and foster children sustain better lives, as Dan has said.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine this isn't all easy work. What are some of the challenges that foster children and families face?
One of the biggest challenges is being able to find homes. Oftentimes we have a lot of children in care who need homes who are older kids, so kids between 11 and 17, and believe it or not, even though 17 and 18-year-olds want to have forever families and want to be placed in a home. And so the challenging part is to have people understand that the foster care system and the need for foster parents just doesn't affect kids 10 and under, but that we have a lot of kids 11 and above who need homes, and that's always very challenging.
The goal in foster care is to find a permanent, loving home for the children who are in our care. And last year, Plachette helps to oversee a program that led to close to 40 children being adopted.
Oh, that's wonderful.
She and her team, they do extraordinary work, and they've helped so many children find that permanent, stable, loving home so they can have the best life possible.
It's so important.
Yes.
When families are fostering, are there support resources available to make the process go smoother?
Yes.
It's probably an overwhelming task for some.
It definitely is an overwhelming task, and there are an array of services. Here at ChildServ, we pride ourselves on being able to have case managers who come out and see the homes and the children at least 1 to 3 times a month. In addition, we offer monthly foster parent training sessions for all our foster parents. We have a clinical department that's right there at ChildServ, so if the child or the parent or both, or even the natural parents need therapeutic services, we offer those services right there. And then we partner with other places throughout the community, libraries and boys and girls clubs and places that have mentorship to be able to offer some programs for our kids. Most recently, we've started partnering with churches to be able to offer respite for foster parents and also give the children an opportunity to be able to come and play and have some activities. So that's been a really good addition to our programs.
Terrific. How did you get involved with this, Dan?
Well, I was, throughout my course of my professional life, I worked at actually an organization called UCAN once upon a time, and UCAN is like ChildServ but much bigger. Mm-hmm. And I always had a passion for wanting to work with kids to make sure that they had an opportunity to have the best life possible. It's been just a vocation of mine and a passion of mine, and I was just fortunate enough that there was a job that was available at ChildServ, and that they saw fit to hire me. So I've been there for 2.5 years, and we've had a great opportunity we serve about 2,468 children and families every year. We've grown, we've expanded the number of children we're serving in early childhood. The Plachette has helped lead an effort to increase the number of children being served in foster care, specifically children who are in juvenile detention, making sure that they have foster parents when they come out of juvenile detention. So that's an area that we've grown. So it's been a great opportunity to be connected to a wonderful organization with great leadership and a storied history.
And how about you, Plachette? How did you get involved in ChildServ?
Well, I've been doing this work for about 25 years, and I think it as a mission and a ministry. So for a while, I decided initially just to do case management, and I went back to ChildServ because I know about the organization, have had some experience, went there just to do case management services. Was only going to be there for a little while. I was saying just for a little while. And I got reconnected and been there now for 4 years.
Okay. Sounds like it is a mission.
It is, definitely.
So you mentioned programs for kids in the juvenile system. Can you say a little bit more about some of the spectrum other than foster care placement? You mentioned homeless kids.
Sure. So when you look at ChildServ, we're an organization that we serve kids from the ages of 0, right, infants to 24 years old. Yes. And in early childhood, we make sure that children who are living in poverty or close to it have every opportunity to reach developmental milestones and to get ready for kindergarten. And it's a terrific program. There's about 1,100 children and families that are served in that program. We also have foster care and adoption, which we've talked about, but we have 3 group homes for teenagers, ages 12 to 17, and these are often children who've been in multiple foster care placements. And what we do is we provide them with housing and round-the-clock care and clinical support, and make sure they finish high school. Every kid in our program that we serve graduated from high school on time last year.
Wow.
And then when you look at our program for homeless young adults, these are kids who are living on the street, or these are kids who may have been living in their cars or living in a shelter. And we helped last year through this program called Emerge, 80% of our kids in that program are either working or going to school. Some of the kids right now, we have a young man named William, who started out, he was homeless, he was working in a shelter. He's now the head chef at a place called the Cooper's Hawk right now. So he's built himself up, and we're just blessed to be a part of it, because what we always say at ChildServ, the difference is between success and not is just access to opportunity. Absolutely. And that's what we hope to provide every day.
Having those choices. Do you have any favorite stories? I know there's some anonymity to keep here, but
sure. I have lots of stories.
I bet you
lots
do.
of stories. But one of my favorite stories is a young child. He's about 11 now. He initially had been placed in a residential treatment facility, and there was some concern about if he was going to be able to make it into a community environment, which means being placed in a foster care home. I saw the kid on a monthly basis, sometimes twice a month, and he had a whole laundry list of what he thought his foster family should look like. So we worked to try to meet some of those needs and try to find a foster family that could meet those needs. Eventually, we were able to place him with a single African-American male foster father who had been providing foster care services for 20-some years. And he was able to come out and now is in the home and has been there now for almost 3 years, doing very well on his way to having a forever family. Also, he was initially, when he was placed there, he was on medication, and he was, and having an IEP for school and a whole lot of services. And I'm happy to say, actually, as of Friday, with one of his school participations, we learned that they're going to move him to a regular school next year, half day, so that he can be prepared to reintegrate back into the program. He is doing phenomenal. He is doing really well in the home. He's well adjusted. The foster family has worked really hard with him to let them know that he has a forever family and that he has a place to stay. And now he's just far. He's always been very, very, very smart. But just some of the trauma and experiences that he had experienced had taken a toll on him and had limited his ability. And now he's just soaring. Actually, about a month ago, he invited me over to bake cookies, and we made cookies for his teachers and family members to show his appreciation for all what they had done for him. It's a great place to be.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you, Plachette, for being here today and for your important work.
Thank you.
I'm Polly Toner for Different Drummers and the Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. Keep the faith.